Good morning. So yesterday we talked a bit about overwhelm and also about the patterns that stop you getting to where you want to go, and that it's best to recognize those patterns before you start going towards your goals, if you're likely to do things that you've always done, because you know the old saying, if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. So today I want to talk about a little bit in that regard about what's actually stopping you getting to your goal. What's in your road? So if you think about your goal and then you have a look behind that, and what has in the past stopped you getting to that goal. So mostly it's, that you lose motivation, you lose focus. We talked about focus a little bit before. But a lot of it is from the unconscious mind. And what we're wanting to do is create, with the NLP work, a lot of what I do is about creating an unconscious conscious connection. So thinking about one of the tasking things that I've given Leanne to do is around feelings and self-talk. And sometimes it can be really difficult to get to what actually are you feeling about that thing that task that you've been asked to do, or getting the consciousness around your actions and what you're doing. How do you feel about that, and what are you telling yourself about that? Because that's when you get to the unconsciousness of it, then that's when you start to unravel things a little. So talking about that, one of the things that I notice with people, and I had this come up just recently, someone was talking to me about having some coaching, and then when we talked about it a bit further and we went on to the different programs that I have, different ways you can set it up, with whether you do a group seminar or you do one-on-one coaching, and how you want to do that over time, and the different pricings. And this person had, for a long time, given me the impression and said to me, I can't afford that, I can't afford that, I can't afford that. And then in another context, that same person then spent a lot of money on something that to me was not so important as looking after themselves or getting to their goal and getting support with that. What it comes down to, see, that's my opinion, right? So what it comes down to is values and what's important to you and priorities. So when you're thinking about time, for example, because time is very similar to money in that we, have what we have and we've got to budget it. And so it's about priorities. It's about, well, what really is important to you, and now, and then, maybe it's different tomorrow. And, I had this thing with a while ago where I got really structured about my day and that I was going to do certain things, and then stuff happens. Like, I need to spend a bit more time with one particular horse or a particular client, or the pump breaks, which seems to happen pretty often at the moment. Or something happens. The cows got out yesterday. That took a bit of time to deal with and fix the gate and, get them back to where they're meant to be. And, stuff happens. And so making allowances for that and getting that those things do happen, and you need to kind of structure them in somehow or other, and budgeting for that and looking at what's really important for you today, and whether that's what's important to you financially, with regard to whatever your goal is or whatever you're wanting to do, or whether it's just about your time and scheduling, like how am I going to fit in what I want to do. So I have some strategies around that, and one is to look at, well, what thing by the end of the day, if it was done, I would feel a lot better about my day or about myself or about, it would lighten the load. So if it might be something like getting an email sent or paying a certain bill or ringing somebody or doing something that, I may have been putting off, or it just might have been I keep forgetting about it or whatever, that if that thing was done, I'll go, oh wow, I actually got that done. That's awesome. And I feel some sense of progress. So the other thing that I do sometimes is, not sometimes, all the time, is look at what is the thing that that is the most important for me personally. Like what's going to, for me at the moment, my gym is really important and riding my own horses is really important. And oftentimes, if I don't do them, they kind of get put on the back burner. And so another strategy that I utilize is to do those things first. So I used to do bookkeeping first because it was something that I would put off. And then I realized that I could spend all day, if I did my bookkeeping first, I could get stuck. And this is what's been happening, is I'd get stuck in the office. And then, I'd go from the bookkeeping to doing some marketing to doing some preparation for a seminar or some coaching or something like that. And I'd get stuck in the office with all my spare time until my first client was due. And then I would go out and, do my stuff. And then I didn't get my gym done, or I didn't get my own horses worked. So have a look at what is important for you that will have you, that's, going towards your goals if that's what you want, but it's the daily stuff. As I said, I think it was yesterday that I said that, if you do weight training every single day, you're going to get fit, whether you like it or not. So if that, make that your goal, that today I'm going to do that thing that I want to do for me, and get it done. So I trust that helps, and I will just go through another exercise. I'm finding it difficult to show you the exercises that I want to show you with the iPad, but anyway, so I'm going to put this on the windowsill and we're going to do another squat. So I had a question about yesterday, see that that's going to work. I'll shut this door. Yesterday's squat, which was on the wall, hold it for up to 30 seconds when you can. So hold it for as long as you can, stand up, have 10-second rest, maybe 30-second rest if you have to, and then do it again. And what you're wanting to do is build up to get 30 seconds and do 3 of them in a row. So 30 seconds, 10 to 30 second break, 30 seconds, 10 to, same. Do it 3 times. So this is another squat. Similarly, you're going to keep your back straight, arms out, legs hip distance apart, and you're just going to sit down until your thighs are at 90 degrees. And I'm just having difficulty with this thing, so you can see, but you get the idea. So your back is straight. You're going to stick your butt out like you're going to sit down on a chair, and you go all the way down, keeping weight in your heels until your thighs are at horizontal, and then come up again. So I would to start with, do 10 of them if you can. Sorry, that's a bit rude, isn't it? And build it up if you like. So then you would do 10 and then 10 to 30 second break, another 10, and similarly, you do 3 sets of those. So I will speak to you tomorrow. Have a fabulous day.